Good thing
College, man.
Yeah. Good thing it wasn't in Buffalo. They'd be putting each other through flaming tables.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, TCU just lights them up in quarters 2 through 4. 42-12.
Yep.
One game that thoroughly pissed me off. College fantasy football. I start Tua Tagovailoa. And he played well. He did. Problem is, when you play so well that you're beating a team by 31 points midway through the second quarter, they tend to pull the starters.
Yep. Yep. I've run into this problem with Haskins, too. Every once in a while, they throw in Tate Martell. And
Tate Martell is
still
really
lights them up.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, he is good. It's an embarrassment of riches over there.
Or is it that they've played Oregon State and Rutgers?
Well, it's that, too. But, I mean, if they put a licking on TCU, they're just trying to score points at will.
I don't think they will, though.
I don't know. It's in TCU. It's going to be a tough game, but Ohio State's offense is clicking on all sides.
Oh, without Urban Meyer. Like, that makes a difference.
Yeah, when your team is stacked with 5-star recruits across the board, I don't think it matters who's coaching them.
Listen, so coaches on the Ohio State staff, beside Urban Meyer, they have 3 former head coaches
Yeah.
who know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're fine.
One who was hired as a head coach, and the fan base just didn't want him there, so they decided to not offer him the head coaching job after all. At a Power 5 school in the SEC.
Yep.
All right? Greg Schiano knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
All right? He was the head coach of Rutgers when they were doing well.
Yep.
He was the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they were knocking suckers out during kneel downs.
Well, yeah. Schiano's kind of a lunatic, but I mean...
Oh, he's an asshole for sure.
It doesn't... It proves that, okay, Urban Meyer isn't there. That's not necessarily as big of a penalty as people are seeming to think it is.
It's like Syracuse. Oh my God, they're playing Loyola, and Jim Boeheim's not there. What's going to happen?
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah, called slaughter.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. This will be the real test. It should be a good game. It's prime time, 8 o'clock. Looking forward.
College game day.
Yep. College game day will be in TCU.
I'm 100%. I will be willing to make this bet right now. 100% the guest picker is LaDainian Tomlinson. 100%.
That seems fair. It seems pretty obvious that it would be.
Gotta be.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't.
The greatest horned frog in the history of Texas Christian
I'm pretty
University.
sure he was the first call. I can't think of another one.
If he's not there, it's because they said no, or he said no.
Yeah, or he was busy. He was already busy. I'm sure of it.
Oh man! So,
but TCU looked good.
I'm looking forward to that TCU Ohio State game. Oh man, I'm not going to be able to watch college football the same way I normally do this weekend because if you're in the Albany area, stop by University Art Museum. We have an art lab this weekend where we're going to make rubber stamps.
Interesting.
It's going to be fun.
Good
It's going to be
stuff.
fun. Stop by 1400 Washington Avenue.
And you're just going to be holding your phone? Watching?
No, I am very supportive.
Oh, well, you're a good man. You're a good man.
All right, so going back to Tua Tagovailoa. Alabama 57, Arkansas State 7.
It's nice that they were willing to give them something.
Arkansas State didn't look too bad. They were moving the ball against a good SEC defense. They just didn't move it well enough.
Yeah, well, they were willing to give them up plays in the middle of the field. They were just like, we're not going to let you just score. And then, except for the one time that we're like, okay, you can score.
All right, we got our third stringers in now. You can have one.
Yeah, here you go. There you go. That's for you. Feel good about that.
Not much to say.
No. I mean, clearly a much better team playing a team that does not need to be on the field with someone like that. It just doesn't need to happen.
Of course. The next game really, really pissed me off.
Sounds like you had a really bad time this weekend. Didn't like these games?
Number 2, Clemson defeated Texas A&M 28-26. Did you guys watch this game?
Yep.
I did watch parts of the game, yeah.
Okay. Did you see the fumble with about 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
He did not fumble it through the end zone. It was out of bounds.
Yeah, but
Texas A&M got fucked. Should have been Texas A&M ball at the 2, where they would have gone for 2. Had they not gotten the 2-point conversion, would have been able to kick the onside kick. Texas A&M got fucked.
yeah, but I mean, this is the typical game we expect out of these two. Is usually decided by less than 3 points when Sweeney and Jimbo meet. I mean, it is that way, but it's kind of a shame that the refs had the influence that they did on a game that didn't need the refs' influence. It was going perfectly for college football.
Conspiracy theory.
That Clemson needed to continue to win. I'll tell you this right now. Clemson keeps playing like that, they're going to lose.
Conspiracy theory.
Probably to
coming
Florida
up.
State.
All right. No, to Florida. The NCAA has given Clemson the Patriots treatment. We need Clemson versus Alabama 3.
We don't, and I hope we don't get it. To prove that we don't need it.
Zach.
Nobody wants this parity. This is also part of the reason that I think we should open it up to 8 teams. I want to see one of these teams falter and lose number 1 to 8.
How beautiful would that be? Like, they're like, all right, Central Florida, you think you're good? Let's get in there. Kenzie Milton, fucking 7 touchdowns against Alabama.
Yeah.
UCF wins 61-18.
You listen. You don't want to get in, I don't know why the NCAA, if this conspiracy that you're talking about is correct, I don't know why as the NCAA you would want to get into this position, because you're dealing with you almost put yourself in the same situation the NFL has right now. Do you think people really are enthralled with seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl every year? I can tell you they're not. Like, that's what you're on the verge of happening anyway with Alabama. And now you want to make it Alabama-Clemson every single time?
The thing, though, about Alabama is no matter what, you cannot say that the refs are giving Alabama games.
No, you can't. It's
That's
not
why
like Alabama can't be beat. When Ohio State had Ezekiel Elliott, they got run on. And that was the first one that we had. But now it's Alabama-Clemson every single year? Yeah, because Clemson needs more help winning games. Alabama doesn't need help.
Exactly.
They proved it. Clemson probably does at this point. Because they're not as good as their ranking is entitled. That being said, they have a great D-line. That D-line is no fucking joke. It
of course not.
Serious. That is an NFL-style D-line right there.
It is. They are all going to be starters rookie year.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
I mean, that's just... That itself is unfair. But if you're in the danger of losing games and you have that D-line, then clearly it shows you that you're really not that good on the other side of the ball.
No. And you have... Can I just say, I'm not impressed by Kelly Bryant at all.
Neither am I.
No. And everyone's like, oh, man, they beat a great Texas A&M team. They're unranked.
Yeah, although that being said, that Texas A&M team is great. And they will be.
Great. I don't know.
They're playing better than they should be right now under Jimbo. And while Jimbo's there, they're only going to get better. Texas Station is going to be a place to play in the next coming years. I can guarantee you that.
I mean, they have claim to fame with a bunch of great quarterbacks. Got Johnny Manziel, Ryan Tannehill. Don't forget, Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray both came through Texas A&M.
Whatever.
So,
they also didn't have Jimbo Fisher.
It's true. NCAA.
And, I mean, again, we were talking about Florida State. Look how good Florida State is now that Jimbo Fisher's gone.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, they're not.
NCAA is going to have a real problem on their hands this season because there are going to be 2 teams in the group of 5 that are going to go undefeated this year. And they're going to have a really hard time with keeping one of the 2 out of the playoff. Central Florida is going to go undefeated. They don't play North Carolina this week because the North Carolina Tar Heels scheduled a hurricane, so they didn't have to play against them.
Yeah, that'll be rescheduled.
Nope, it's canceled. Not to be rescheduled.
I would be... And that to me is horse because that North Carolina team probably would have given one of the better fights they would have had this year.
And then they play Pitt the week after.
That doesn't count.
Central Florida.
That
Again, Appalachian State's better. But the other team that's going to go undefeated is Hawaii.
he's not getting invited.
You have two teams that are going to be undefeated. And my
Doesn't
thinking...
matter. Hawaii's not going to get invited. They're going to be playing in some bowl on the West Coast so that they don't have to spend money on air travel.
Maybe.
That's exactly what it's going to be, okay? They're not getting invited. They don't play anyone strong enough to get invited. UCF has an argument because they went undefeated 2 years in a row.
I mean, it depends on what happens in the next couple of weeks. I'm looking at their schedule. They do have a couple of teams that have played well. 1, 2,
Right,
3,
but do they pay
4.
anybody with a ranking?
No one's ranked at the moment, but BYU, if they win next week, probably will be.
BYU is not going to win in Wisconsin. It's just not going to happen.
All right.
Wisconsin at home, BYU, no. It's going to be way too loud for those Mormons.
Way too loud for those Mormons.
Hey, man. They got some really strict rules down in BYU.
They do.
You get caught with a girl in your dorm, you're expelled from school, I think.
Maybe. Fresno State has the potential by the time they play to be ranked. They put an absolute shellacking on Idaho, 79-13. Barely lost to Minnesota. Who knows what's going to happen? They play UCLA. If they beat UCLA, which... Have you seen how UCLA's playing lately?
Yeah.
They probably will.
Yeah, UCLA... Jim Kelly is going to need a little bit of time to get...
Chip Kelly,
yeah. Chip Kelly's going to need some time. Jim Kelly wouldn't be coaching them. Chip Kelly's going to need some time to really get that program back together. They have nobody there. No one.
Fresno State plays Boise State. San Diego State could be ranked by the end of the season when they play. So, right now, no
I
one
would be
ranked.
very pessimistic on Hawaii getting even a nod towards being there. UCF, I can see because they, again, 2 back-to-back undefeated seasons. How do you justify telling them no?
You didn't play anyone.
I mean, that's a very decent argument.
But,
That's my argument here against Hawaii. You didn't play anyone.
well, I'm not saying Hawaii is going to be in the playoff. I'm just saying Hawaii's probably going to go undefeated.
They may, and that's adorable.
Oh, man. Let's move
But
on.
the NCAA clearly has proven they don't care about teams that go undefeated, even if they are in
Could you imagine?
the sixth of the Power 5 conference.
They're not wrong. More than half of those teams were in Power 5 conferences at one point.
Right, but that's why it is considered the other one it's on the outside looking in. But you can make the argument that, those teams can really fuck up Power 5 conference schedules or rankings based on their performances.
If Central Florida or Hawaii or Boise State or BYU, well, no, BYU doesn't count, they're an independent, or South Florida, whoever goes undefeated and they don't make it to the playoff this year, those will be 3 years in a row an undefeated team did not make the playoff.
Yeah, but if BYU goes undefeated, that completely, you can forget about Wisconsin getting in.
That's a good point. But
And that's even if they do beat Ohio State, which, quite frankly, Wisconsin has not looked as strong as I thought they would be.
me either. I'm quite
I don't know if
disappointed.
they're trying to get things together, but I expected them to be a much oiled machine at this point.
It should have been.
I don't know. I'm just surprised.
I am surprised as well. I'm highly disappointed because I don't know if you remember, but I have them losing to Alabama in the national championship.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, so for my prediction to come true, they need to win.
And they need to get their shit together.
You know who else needs to get their shit together?
Probably the next team you're about to
Next
talk
team I'm
about.
about to talk about, number 24, South Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. I do still love watching their games.
You just like it because you hear them say cocks all the time.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That hole was so big you could fit 3 cocks in it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
it's the only time the announcers can get away with that.
Seriously.
But it's fantastic.
Yes.
We looked it up and what a gamecock really is. It's a fighting chicken.
It is a fighting chicken.
They're promoting cockfighting.
They are.
I'm surprised the NCAA continues to get
They're not
like
the only Gamecocks in NCAA Division One.
I'm surprised that the NCAA hasn't looked into this.
Jacksonville State are the Gamecocks as well.
Yeah, but nobody's going to watch them, so who cares?
Yeah, but see, NCAA